Welcome to the Stamping Morning Show with your host, Jennifer.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. It's Thursday, May 14th, 2026, and welcome to the Stamping Morning Show. My name is Jennifer Cotton. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas, which means I teach people how to make gift cards, gift cards, scrapbooking, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So good morning and welcome. Thank you for being here. Whether it is your first time or you're coming back, thank you very much. This is the Stamping Morning Show that comes live to you on Thursdays at 9 a.m. Central. So welcome. Again, my name is Jennifer Cotton, and I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 24 years now. I choose to do this as a full-time business. So for me, that means I do offer tons of events that people can participate in, all offered to go, including cruises and retreats and one-day retreats and more. So if you're interested in all that, make sure you give a like, a follow, a subscribe, go in the description of the video and subscribe to my emails and all the stuff. As you come on, please feel free to say hi. That will help me, first of all. Even if you're watching replay, you can say hi, make a comment. And of course, if you click the share button and copy that link or post it somewhere, likes, thumbs up, subscribes, follows, notifications, all that helps. So let me see who's here this morning. My co-host is here, by the way, standing in the green room, I guess. And we will see if she decides to make it on stage today. Or on camera, I should say, on camera today. By the way, coming up in today's show, we have deals and events, deals and delights, my free class that you can earn from me, and we will be making 4 cards. All right, so let's see who's here. The co-host just laid back down, so she's still taking it easy over there. Julie, first one here over on YouTube. She said no mowing this morning. Awesome. Hilda, good morning to you. And Lisa, do you have no rain or... Nope, we have rain in Connecticut, Lisa. Sue, good morning. Another sunny day in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Love it. Sunny here as well in Midlothian, Texas. It's 75 degrees right now. And I think it's going to be hot today. Again, I keep forgetting to see what the high is going to be. I did hear very little, if any, rain over the weekend, which is good because I have my one-day retreat in person. So I'm glad we're not, even though we'll be inside, I'm glad. Hopefully no rain there. But anyway, how's the weather where you are? Cindy, good morning to you. Robin, good morning. Sunshine. And Brittany, yes, Brittany's the co-host. She is over here seeing if she feels like coming on to help today. V, good morning from Southern California. 52 degrees and overcast, but loving the cool. Wow, very cool there. Lori, good morning. From Minnesota. Love it. Let's see. Oh, your cat is a big fan of my co-host, Lori. Love it. Love it. Cindy, thanks for sharing. Julie says hello, Brittany. Margaret, hello in North Carolina. Becky, good morning. Sherry, good morning in Kentucky. Lisa, yes, it is nap time, Lisa. Oh, you do have rain. Okay. And Sherry, good morning to you. All right. Good morning, everybody. Sherry put the sunshine emoji. Let's put that up there. Whoop. I clicked Eleanor from Anna, Texas. Here's Sherry with the sunshine. Love it. All right. Good to see everybody. So welcome to the show. Let's jump in and get started with our first segment. I will attempt to do this a little quicker than normal because yesterday I went over all of the events in full. We had a two show week this week. So I had a show yesterday. And if you want to get all the details about all my upcoming events, you can go back and watch that. But I am going to talk about them, of course. So the next segment is get out your pen and paper, write down what events you're interested in as we look at our crafting calendar. Okay, so first up, I do want to let you know all of my events include a PDF tutorial. We cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible unless otherwise stated. You probably need to own the featured bundle dies, and you'll cut your own designer paper if that's included as part of the fee. My team gets my tutorials free, and anyone in the world can purchase the tutorials. Anyone in the US can purchase the physical classes. Again, they're all offered to go. Some are offered also in person. Okay, so first up is my monthly classes. 3 classes in person every month. Okay, I'll put that up real fast. 3 classes offered in person every month and to go. So first up is the card class. This is the one that will be offered free with an order next week. I will decide by Sunday what stamps I'm using. Spoiler alert, I plan to use Cutest Crew because I finally got that one in, but I don't know what else I'm using. But anyway, I'll make those on the video next week. They'll be free with an order, or you can come attend in person with us on May 23rd. That's card class, 4 cards free with an order. Then I also will be offering the register by Sunday, May 17th for these, so you have a few days. The Stamp-A-Stack class or club and the wall art class or club. Both of these include over 20 in merch. They include PDF tutorial, of course, step-by-step instructions. You cut your own designer paper. And the club is if you join the club, you save $2 per month. So it's $38 instead of $40. You can cancel anytime, of course. You get occasional gifts, and you get a free gift for sure after 6 consecutive months, over 20 in merch. And on these 3 classes that I just talked about, we do cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible, including the featured bundle dies. Okay, so wall art is a 12 by 12 piece of art that you can frame and decorate your home, your craft room, give as a gift, etc. Change them out monthly, all the stuff. And this month we're using the Help Me Grow bundle. It's the pot, the like terracotta pots and leaves and plants and gardening tools, and it's all about growth, and it's going to be awesome. And these will be designed by Sunday. Maybe at the one-day retreat I can design some stuff. The Stamp-A-Stack is 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each, using Relaxing Waterside, which is an awesome bundle. I used it in my video yesterday and made 2 cards, different cards, but actually they're right here. These are not the ones from Stamp-A-Stack, but this is the bundle for Stamp-A-Stack. So 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. Register for any of these by Sunday, whether you join the club, which you can cancel anytime, or whether you take the one-time class. Where do you get the links, you might ask? Go straight to my blog, stamptherapist.com, and click on events. I just remembered I forgot to do something. Or I will email them out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central. At the bottom of that email are all the links, so make sure you're on my email list, or you can message me. I forgot to say, I will add timestamps to this video manually today for in YouTube for you to be able to skip around to the section of the video you want. I've already added them to yesterday's video, so if you go back and watch replay, you can skip around to wherever you want. It's in the description. It says timestamps. And then tomorrow on this video, I'll add a link right up here in the corner that will take you straight to my blog, stamptherapist.com. And that, again, is where you see you find info about my specials. You can go there right now and see the cards from yesterday, the video from yesterday, and the order special that's going on right now to get an 8-card class packet free from me, which I'll tell you more about in a little bit, etc. Okay, so stamptherapist.com. All right, let's see who else came on. Elner, good morning. Lisa liked and shared. Thank you very much. On YouTube wouldn't let you watch. Huh. Oh, Facebook wouldn't let you watch. Stella. Weird. What's wrong with Facebook? Come on now. I got it on Facebook over here. Facebook, let people watch. I'm just giving myself a few likes and a share copy link because, everything helps. Let's see. Rhonda, good morning to you. Linda, good morning. Happy Thursday morning to you. Lisa, 77 in Orlando today. Love it. Tina, good morning from Chile, Maryland. Yes, that love that what's it called? Help Me Grow bundle is so awesome. Hey Carmen, good morning to you. All right, good to see everybody. So those are the 3 monthly classes. You can register right now. Next up, don't forget, I have another club. So those other 2 Stamp Stack and Wall Art are clubs. I have another club that meets virtually every month, the Memory Keeping Made Easy Club. This is the inaugural month. So it's too late to join for May, but you can still join and you'll start in June. And you can always join this club and you can cancel anytime, just like the other one. This club includes 4 scrapbook pages plus 2 additional ideas that you can make from the contents of your kit. A Zoom monthly where we will make the pages together and I will teach you tips and tricks about scrapbooking and give a lesson each month. This is meant, yes, the pages, I will show you how to make them, a little more elaborate. However, it's meant to be quick and easy so that you get the memories off the phone and onto paper where people can look at it forever, basically, including yourself. Okay, so you can join that right now. Again, go to the blog. At the top, there's a thing that says join or something about Memory Keeping Made Easy Club. Click on that, read all the details, and the links are there. Okay, Jen and Jen Stamp Camp. I sent an email out about this yesterday with my sneak peek. I showed you all the cards that I have here, and I'll show them again today. This is a virtual camp with Genevieve Co. in Canada and me in the US. I think it's too late to register with Genevieve if you're in Canada, but you can always ask her. You never know. You just never know. But I can take registrations through Sunday, so you can still join. You can take the camp only 10 projects using the Flowering Meadow bundle, 10 projects, PDF tutorials, half designed by her, half by me, of a Facebook party and bonus videos in the party. Okay, so 10 projects for the camp. You can take camp only. You can take my class only, the Relaxing Waterside Bundle card class. These are different cards from all my other Relaxing Waterside classes. These cards are a little bit more time consuming and elaborate because it's a class you take at home. And you're going to make 6 cards, 3 designs, 2 of each. Or you can take Genevieve's class, the Balloon Festoon card class. Again, 3 designs, 2 of each, 6 cards. And of course, both of those include a goodie bag of product. So you can take her class only, my class only, camp only, or mix and match any way you want. And again, tutorial links are in that registration as well. I had a few people register for tutorials only yesterday for the camp, for example. So lots of options in these registration links. Just click them and see. Clicking the link does not register you. You have to go answer many questions and go through the steps to get registered. Okay, this is my Relaxing Waterside class. You're going to make 2 of each card. You will cut your own designer paper, and you will need to own these dies, the featured bundle dies. We'll cut the arches and stuff. You'll make 2 of each. So that's the card class within the camp. Then you're going to make 10 different cards in the camp with Flowering Meadow. This is one of them. It has a belly band, and it's a fun fold. That was upside down. These are, I only have my 5 here. I don't have Genevieve's because she lives in Canada, and I haven't had time to make hers like I do sometimes. Some fun embossing there. Can you see it? Whatever, it's embossed. And this card plus 5 more. So register by Sunday. Almost everything's ending on Sunday. Paper Share, Camp, Stamp a Stack, Wall Art, maybe something else. We'll see when I go through my list. But anyway, register by Sunday for these. If you need those tutorials only for any of them, same link. Now, my team gets my tutorials for free. So it's another way to get all my tutorials. You'll get past ones too if you join my team. They're all in the Facebook group. Okay, we talked about that. And last but not least is the crafting cruise to Alaska in August of 2027. Almost said the wrong year. And it's with April McCright and I. She's my retreat partner. And we host this cruise. You can add on the crafting portion, and you can bring friends, of course, but anyone who, what am I trying to say? Anyone who comes with you does not have to add on the crafting portion. It's an optional add-on. Okay, so we're going out of August 2nd, 2027, out of Seattle, Washington on Quantum of the Seas, which is Royal Caribbean. We'll go to Sitka, Skagway, Juneau. We'll see the Endicott Arm and Dawes Glacier, and we'll go to Victoria, Canada. Quantum of the Seas. And if you've never been on a cruise, if you have been on a cruise before, you know. But if you haven't, you need to know that all your meals are included with that fee. Your hotel room is included with that fee. Your travel to all these destinations is included with your fee. And 24/7 food is available, plus free entertainment, pools. Let me see what this says on here because I am blanking out. Entertainment, trivia, bars, nightclubs, and more. So cruises, I think, are a great vacation because of all the stuff you get for your money. It's like a big floating mall, sort of. Okay, so I got a couple more pictures here. Pictures from last year's cruise. You'll meet cool people. You have an optional door decorating contest, all kinds of stuff, t-shirts, etc. Gifts every day. And you get your own half a crop table. So you have a landing place for all your stuff, in addition to separate class tables. So you can complete the classes that are all included with the class, with the crop fee, whatever it's called, the crop fee. Again, the food, that French onion soup is my favorite thing in the dining room, by the way, for dinner, or it's an appetizer, but anyway, at dinner. And it's just a lot of fun. So you should definitely join us. Last I checked, we only had 8 crafter spots available. We can take as many extra people as the ship will hold, but only 8 spots for crafters because everybody gets their own half table. All right. Let me see. Yes. Oh, Sue just got her photos that she will be using in the Memory Keepers Club. Love it. Thank you, Tina. She says, I adore your wall art. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. Robin's telling Sue happy pre-Friday. Yes, it's Friday Eve. Cindy in Texas. Good morning. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Robin. She's encouraging you guys to join us on the cruise. Haven't seen Xana in a few days. We need to get Xana. Robin, I forgot I need to hook you guys up. And Lisa, is it always in the fall? Is August the fall? Anyway, no. Usually it's in January, but this year, because it's Alaska, it's in August, and we do not know where our next one is yet. We do still have to figure that out. Okay, I'm writing myself a note. All right, so that is it for events right now. There's a lot of deadlines ending Sunday. You'll probably get like 5 emails from me on Sunday. Between now and then, a couple more probably. So, oh, you know what? Did I talk about the paper share? Did I accidentally delete that? You can still do the paper share experience. I must have accidentally deleted it. Okay, don't forget, Sunday is the deadline for the paper share. I deleted it off of here too. Oh no, here it is. I just accidentally deleted the graphic, which is my cue. Okay, so the May Creative Sampling Experience. You can still register for this by Sunday. You'll get a huge stack of paper, 12 inches long, 6 inches wide, of all the new papers from the May catalog and online exclusives, including that Winnie the Pooh paper. And you can do their paper and ribbon share only. Again, by Sunday is your deadline. You can do paper and ribbon only, or you can do that plus the VIP experience, which is where you get to be part of the Facebook party. You get 11 make and takes. I actually designed 2 of mine yesterday, and I need to do 3 more, maybe today or maybe Saturday. It depends. I have to start getting ready for Saturday now. I got to stop and type tutorials and pack. Anyway, and Alejandra Gomez, my team member, is designing half, and so we'll both be going live in the Facebook group, making all our cards for you, 2 bonus videos, etc. So I think you really want to add on the VIP experience. It's not that much extra cost, but that's up to you. Either way, do it by Sunday so you can get your stuff. Okay, now let's move on to deals and delights. Deals and delights. All right, so this coming up, or not coming up, but in this section, the biggest deal is the starter kit promotion. So let me tell you about it. First of all, this is a special for anyone who's not currently a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for $99. These are US prices, and I can only have people in the US join my team. For $99, you can either select up to $125 in anything of your choice, and get the 5 new in color ink pads free. Or I'm writing myself a note. Or you can not get the 5 ink pads free and select up to $160 in merchandise. Either way, you pay $99 plus tax, free shipping, and it's no obligation, right? So it is a great deal. There's no reason not to do it. There's no obligation. You can still keep buying from me. I don't know why you would, because you could get a discount, but you can. You can just get the deal, which many people do actually. And my team is no pressure. I'll tell y'all real quick how I joined Stampin' Up. So this was 25 years ago. In November of 2001, I was a stay-at-home mom of an 8-month-old little girl. And I was getting a little bored already. like I need to get out of the house. And we were pretty broke. So I was like, oh, how can I make a little extra money? I was, well, anyway, I'm not going to say that because it's not true. At the same time that I was having these thoughts of how can I make a little extra money, I was getting into card making. But when I say card making, I'm not crafty at all. I'm not naturally talented. I can't make a flower arrangement. I can't make cute displays. I'm not crafty. So I didn't know anything about card making either. What I knew was I kept getting invited to birthday parties, and I would go buy a gift, a bag, and tissue paper. And then I'd be like, crap, how am I going to write who this is to and from? So I decided, oh, if I could make cards at home, I'll do that. And so I went to the store, like Hobby Lobby, and I bought card bases, pre-made, super thin, by the way, flimsy as heck, but I didn't know. Ink pads and some single stamps. Those ink pads were dry, but I didn't know, so I just used them how they worked. And I had no talent, so it was like, literally, I remember the stamp I had. My co-host is trying to join now. Dragonfly, happy birthday. That's it, on a piece of white. Here is my co-host, by the way. She said, oh, I'd like to hear your story about how you joined Stampin' Up. What? Can you say hi, please? Maybe she's my sidekick, not my co-host. Oh, she's so pretty. Okay, so these two things were happening at the same time. So then I said, oh, nobody's ever done a rubber stamp company for these home things that I didn't know anything about, like Avon, Mary Kay, Tupperware. I should start a business like that. Then I'm like, this is like 25 years ago, so Google was not as good, but still, I'm like researching Mary Kay, how this business got started, etc. And after clicking and clicking, I ended up on a website that lists all of the direct sales companies that exist. This is called direct sales. And so I'm just reading all the names. There were like thousands. And I see the name Stampin' Up, and I'm like, I wonder if that's rubber stamps. So I clicked on it, and it took me to their website. And it said, we're about to celebrate our 15-year anniversary. And I read all about it. There were hardly any pictures on the website of product. It just was words. And I was like, okay, I don't need to start my own business. I'm going to join this one. And I called Stampin' Up because, again, this is 25 years ago. They referred me to a demonstrator near me. I called her. This is all within minutes. I called her. I said, I want to join. She was like, oh, okay. And turns out she had just joined. She didn't know anything about having someone join. She hung up from me and called Stampin' Up because I was like, I'm going to come over and pick up the paperwork right now. She called Stampin' Up. They told her what to do. And long story short, I joined just to make a few extra dollars. I was painfully shy. Couldn't talk in front of one person, much less any amount, even including family members. But I really liked stamping. And of course, then when I saw the catalog, I'm like, oh, these samples, what I've been making is not right. And my upline, Leslie, did help me a lot with stamping. She would invite me over to stamp and loan me, not loan me, but I could use her stuff while I was there. She got a lot. And she, helped me with techniques and stuff. So anyway, I did my first party in like January, and it grew from there. So if I can do it, anybody can. I'm painfully shy, or I still am very shy in real life. No creative talent. I copied for years. And of course, if I had never done anything with it, that would have been fine too. There's no rules that say you have to do a party or do a video or anything. And my team does not, or I don't pressure my team personally. I do support them, and I do offer business stuff. And I have some people that have joined my team. They've been active for years, and I've never spoken to them once because they don't respond to my stuff. That's their choice. All good. I have some that I text them every 3 months or so, and they're like, oh yeah. And then I have others who, and it's team members and customers and my co-host saw something that she is wanting to attack. She might be pulling all my stuff down right now. Get it. Yep. Hold on. There's cords that she's pulling. Co-host is causing a thing. I lost my train of thought, but I offer lots of stuff anyway that my team can take advantage of if they want or not. No pressure. All right. Hope that makes sense. Thank you, Lisa. No, good question. Is your upline still active? My upline on my reports says Stampin' Up. When I joined, I had Leslie, and then her cousin was above her in another state. And then a couple up from her was a girl in Utah named Stephanie. Stephanie ran it as a business at the time. And as y'all know, you don't have to. Leslie didn't really do it as a business. She was hobby, which was fine. We were friends in other ways and all the stuff. But Stephanie did it as a business, so I learned a lot from Stephanie. I also hooked up with other demonstrators in my area that weren't related to me to learn, and I learned just from reading. But anyway, Leslie eventually dropped her, and long story short, they all dropped above me over the years, and my direct upline now is called Stampin' Up. So I have not had business support in probably 25, at least 15 years. So, and Stephanie did what she could long distance from Utah back then. Cause as we know, we had like Yahoo groups and stuff. Anyway, it was different. So that's it. Yeah, Lisa, it does work. If Stampin' Up's your upline. Yeah, oh, Sue, thank you. Sue says joining Jennifer's team was the best decision I made this year. Thank you, Sue. Sue's so nice. Brittany is being bad. You've been my demonstrator since the early 2000s. I know, Candy. Hello, by the way. I have known you forever, Candy. Hey, Desiree in Colorado. Good morning. So I didn't plan to go off into that story today, but then it just came into my head when I was talking about the starter kit, and I thought I would share it. I haven't shared that story in a while, but I'm one of those rare people who had never been to a Stampin' Up event, and I just joined. So that's my story. If y'all have any questions, if you're thinking about it, I have also team members who have over the 25 years have joined and dropped and come back and in and out multiple times. It doesn't stick like it did with me for everybody the first time. And that's, again, completely allowed and fine. So if you have any questions about it, let me know and I can answer your questions. All right. Joan in Minnesota, hello. And Linda in Mansfield, hello. Okay, next up. What is it? Product of the month. Don't forget, for only $5, You can add, this does not come with a starter kit, by the way, but then you can order as soon as you get the starter kit with your discount. This is the product of the month for May. It is while supplies last. It is called Berry Botanical Vellum. It's 12 by 12, 12 sheets, 4 designs, and it's only $5 with a minimum $75 purchase. There possibly, okay, Brittany hair on me now. Hi, Brittany. She's just staring at me. I'm going to look online real quick if I can find it. There possibly are some old product of the months still available. Let me see if I can find it. But anyway, when you check out, on that checkout screen at the top, it'll say, like, if you qualify. Yeah, there's actually the Islet Blooms dyes and Berry Botanical Vellum. It looks like it's all that's available, unless you want this other one, the stamp set in French. Yeah. So, but long story short, $75 or more order. You can select up to 1, and it's limit 1 per account. Okay, so don't forget about that. Also, any order of $75 or more with me in the month gets you a free tutorial the following month using that month's product. So 75 or more in May, ordered through me, gets you a free tutorial by 12 different demonstrators, including myself, where we design projects for you using that, in this case, the vellum. Okay, so there's the demonstrators. They are quite famous, and so you're going to love it. Now, was I going to say something else? So $75 order, whether you select the product of the month or not. I think I said it all. Don't forget, June 10th for Paper Pumpkin, Bikes, what's it called? Bikes and Blooms kit, 9 cards. I think it's 3 designs, 3 of each. Paper Pumpkin comes in a box like this. It has everything included inside. So it's our monthly subscription box. This was my bonus project because I do a bonus tutorial for my subscribers too. I got a new one yesterday. Thank you, Nancy. She subscribed to before, of course. Because you can quit that anytime as well. You get an ink, you get a stamp set, and all the supplies and instructions and adhesive to make whatever the projects are. So June 10th, and if you subscribe through me, you will get a bonus tutorial at the end of the month. It's about 11 to 12 different projects, and I always forget how many because our graphic doesn't have them all on there. By that many different demonstrators. Okay, so Paper Pumpkin. And you might be like, well, I would like to subscribe to that. How do I? Go to my web store and search Paper Pumpkin, or go to the shop by Paper Pumpkin, and all the info is right there. Any questions, let me know. I'm hoping to get my 2 Maine Coon kittens will be my stamping buddies. They are girls and need names. Hey, y'all, if you have any kitten names ideas for Lisa, let her know. 2 Maine Coon kittens she's getting. Okay, she needs name ideas. She said that yesterday, and I what am I trying to say? I missed the comment. She told me later. Yay, Desiree, really thinking about it. Let me know what questions you have, because I think it's a no-brainer. We had someone at the in-person class last Saturday who had been thinking about it, and she sat with a couple of my team members, and she was like, but I don't have time to do it. And they were like, do what? You literally don't have to do anything. And they're like, and Jennifer will not pressure you. And so she joined. And again, she may never get even her discount, but she might. So it's totally up to her. V, that's such a good point. She says, I may never have to buy a new tear and tape again, thanks to Paper Pumpkin. What a great point. Okay. Tina, shipping is behind because we just had a new catalog released, but I placed orders for customers. I just saw this. I'm going to see when I placed this order, and it shipped already, and I didn't expedite it. Wait, customer order history. when did I place that order? On May 11th, and it shipped today. That was a normal customer order without expedited, because I expedite all my orders. And it shipped today. I placed it on May 11th. So they're catching up. Whenever we have a big promotion or new release, shipping can fall behind. A little tip is when y'all are checking out, somewhere on that, I always miss it because I always expedite, but somewhere on that checkout screen toward the bottom, it says like days to ship. They estimate how many days until they ship. So hopefully that helps. Anyway, Ronnie and June. Oh, that's cute. Ronnie and June are the first thing in Lori's head for your kittens. Okay, Sandy, good morning in Nashville. And Tina says, I love it, Tina. Oh, I love it. Tina's waiting for her orders, right? We need our stuff. Okay, I think that's it for that section. Thank you for listening. Now, let's talk about my stamp therapy specials. So I talked about this yesterday, but today or yesterday through Sunday, yes. If your order is, Lisa wants to know, are the kittens girls or boys? I can't talk properly. Okay, so any order $75 or more gets the 8-card class packet for free. These are, some of you already have this class packet actually because you purchased it from me ahead of time. Yes, Lisa. And then if not, you can get it free with a $75 order through Sunday, May 13th through 17th. And if that order is $100 or more, I will also include the in color dots for free. The packet will look something like this, but it will have designer paper cut for you and ribbon as well. And 8 cards. Okay. Now 4 of the cards I made yesterday, I'll show them when I point the camera down, and the other 4 I'm making today. So I'm ready to point the camera down. I want to say, Lisa said I always do 2 days. It costs extra. We do have to pay for it. It's not free to 2-day an order. Sometimes it's worth it, right? And I'm sure Lisa knows this because Lucy and Ethel, that's another one. Because she does it, but you have to do it by 11 a.m. Mountain Time to expedite, or it's as if you did it the following day. That's just it's Wink and Stella. Inky and Pumpkin. Oh my gosh, y'all have some good names. I am terrible at naming pets, by the way. It took me so long to name Britty. I had her for almost a month before I gave her a name. Love it. I'm reading y'all's comments about the kitten names. I wish I could afford it. I know, right, Tina? It is an extra expense, like we said. 100%. Okay, let's point the camera down. We're going to see what's on the desk, and I forgot to double check this camera before I went live, so hopefully I have no issues. Okay, pretty good. Okay, so here's what's on my desk. These projects were part of my May catalog kickoff event, which I call a May catalog celebration that I did in person this past weekend. This is the catalog. These are the cards I made on yesterday's video. Of course, if you missed it, you can still watch. Just go back to replay, use the timestamp, skip around to whatever part you want, speed up the video if you want, slow it down, etc. Olive Flutter and water, relaxing water side. These are part of the 8-card class packet, and there is a PDF included as well. Today I am using, the first thing I'm using is Fern and Flora. Ooh, look at that, Moonlit Flora. This suite here, we're using the Fern and Flora bundle and the Moonlit Flora designer paper and even the dewdrop embellishment. So this is on page 34 of the catalog. And this is what I'll use for my first 2 cards. The next 2 cards, I have to find this, is this one. Oh, on the very next page. Opulent Oasis bundle. So it's not part of a suite, just a bundle. And that is what I'm using for the last 2 cards today. Okay, so let me put this on. Let's make something. Let me undo my container here where I threw all this stuff. All right. Okay, so today we're again making 4 cards. This is that free class with an order. Let me throw this on the screen. No, not that one. This one. Telling you I need a producer here. You love Winter and Stella, or Wink and Stella. Yes, Lisa. Robin says now I need 2 cats so I can name them Wink and Stella. That's right. And if you yell at them, you can do it real fast and it'll sound like Wink of Stella if you yell at both of them. Candy and I had the same idea and asked what your favorite colors were. Oh, yeah. Her favorite colors. Y'all are good with these name ideas, like I said. Oh, Lisa says they're both girls. Okay, y'all. They're both girls. Lisa, both girls. All right, y'all. Let's go. So Fern and Flora. Yes, I did show this on a previous video. I was trying to remember. I did, like I went over all the images and dies because we got this at Onstage. I received it at Onstage. So I know I showed it on a previous video. So just a quick overview. It's a really large stamp set and dies, meaning like lots of good stamps in here. There's 12 stamps. There's a big, very detailed fern that you can color in. I still haven't colored it in. I've just been stamping it in one color, but anyway, you'll see today. A background image of lines made of horizontal lines made of vertical lines. Background image, there's a moth and a butterfly. Another type of fern plant image that's a little smaller. A couple of other floral images. A frame that fits in the frame die. It's a rectangle. It's just about 1 inch by almost 2.5. There's an outline frame stamp and then the die and then words that can fit in that frame. And the words are sincere thanks. You make the world a better place. Thankful for you and you're an amazing friend. And then the dies, of course, you can die cut out the stamped images as well as lots of standalone dies, lots of ferns and other, I guess these are all probably types of ferns. I don't know what this one is, but anyway, different fern dies and different little flower dies. And these, it kind of looks like butterflies, but these dies right here, it's one single die that cuts out several different, very small petals. You actually put those together to make flowers. And then here's the flower centers with this little die that cuts out 3 tiny flower centers. Okay, so Fern and Flora. I think I need this die and the moth and butterfly for my card. Oh, and the label. So I'll keep those out. All right. Let's see. Yay, Lisa. Okay, so the first card I'm going to make from Fern and Flora is this one here. This is actually a copy from Onstage. I did copy something from Onstage. Shocker. I just added ribbon so it makes it look completely different, right? Yes. Don't forget, you're going to get a PDF tutorial with written instructions for all these projects if you decide to place that order and get your class for free. Oh, I want to keep these where I can see them in case I need to answer my own questions. On these 2 cards, I believe I'll be using the Dewdrops embellishments. You'll supply your own embellishments if you get this free class. But again, if your order is over 100, you will receive the the in color dots for free, which I used on some of the cards. Okay, I'm looking for all the stamps. I think it's just these 2 for this card. Okay, and these and some ribbon. Okay, here we go. So we have a basic white card base. This is card number 1, in case I didn't say it. Card number 1, basic white card base. You take your 8.5 by 11 cardstock and cut it in half. So you get 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper. So very easy to remember. Measurements 5.5 or 4 1/4, depending on which direction you want to cut it. And then once you fold it in half, which I'm going to use my bone folder to do the creasing. Once you fold it in half, it will fit into the invitation size envelope, which is Stampin' Up calls it a medium envelope. It looks like this, and very nice quality, of course, but my favorite one we carry is the clear medium envelope right there. Okay, then you will have some of the Fern Flora designer paper. Again, I showed this paper on a previous video where I went over all the details of it. I don't know if this is even all the designs here. It's not, but because I've been using this paper a lot. But here are some of the patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like a couple are missing. I guess the one I'm using right now. And one more. But anyway, you get the idea. It's greens, lots of greens, and then there are pops of berry burst and golden glow. So lots of ferns, just really, really pretty paper. But I did show it on another video in where I went over the designs. Okay, this card is going to be horizontal landscape. So the next layer, again, this is copied from a Stampin' Up card that we made at Onstage in an extra class. It's the designer paper that is like almost a soft seafoam background with a darker soft seafoam sort of computer generated leaf type image all over it that creates a pattern, almost like little diamonds, but they're lines that make a leaf pattern. Okay, so that is the full size. It's 4 1/4 by 5.5. It's the full size of the front of the card, which I don't usually do, but Stampin' Up did, and I said, okay, I'll do it. Nice. Lisa said, I found a rug on Amazon that reminds me of this DSP. Nice. Okay, then we have 2 pieces of white. If you get this packet, make sure you know which is which. The larger one, we're not going to die cut from. We're going to stamp on it, but not die cut. It's basic white. By the way, it is... I didn't have time to do recipe cards this week, so I'm just telling you the measurements. 3.5 by 4 3/4, 3.5 by 4 3/4, and then this is just a white scrap for stamp and die cutting from. Okay, then these 3 pieces here. This is another scrap. I was like, what is this for? Of golden glow, and then we will pre-die cut for you this label from, of course, Peaceful Pine, the color I used on everything yesterday and today, I believe, maybe. And then this piece of Secret Sea cardstock is an exact measurement of 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 by 3 inches. So I'm actually going to stamp on all of these here, except for the designer paper and the Secret Sea. Let me do my leaf first. So I got my Golden Glow ink pad. Of course, it's one of the new magnetic pads. And so on those, you can press firm. You can really hit it like that and make that noise if you want. And it won't sink down in it. So there is the leaf I'm going to die cut out. And then on this piece of basic white, with it horizontal from on the bottom portion and hanging off the left and right edges, I'm going to stamp this flower a few times. This leaf, I should say. This one's going to go, this die cut out one's going to go kind of between these first 2. So I got one over on the left hanging off a little bit, then skip a little space, do another one. Then I want one coming up over here on the right hand side, almost as high as that second one. And then I'm going to ink it up and stamp off and add a couple of lighter ones, even without re-inking there. That's actually darker than my other sample, but it will be fine. I do want to show you real quick why I didn't just stamp here and then again. That is because the part that was hanging off will be usually is darker because the paper is thick. So it's not good. Just re-ink it, stamp off, and stamp again to get a better stamped off image. And you might need to do it 3 times if you want it lighter. But anyway, something like this. It'll be good enough. It doesn't have to be exact match to mine. Okay. Then I'm going to stamp. I think I'm done with this color for this card anyway. Yeah, Secret C. I need the moth for this card. I forgot to get it right here. And now this is the tap, tap, tap ink pad, the old Secret C, which is the only way you can get it now. It's foam. Tap, tap, tap. Secret C moth, really nice, even if you don't like moths. They are really good art images. And then I'm going to put thankful for you on this card. You can put a couple, I think 3, maybe all the images fit on this label actually. In Secret C, I'm putting thankful for you on the Peaceful Pine label. Okay. And then my last step is the blending brush. I use the mini because that's the one I like, but you should be able to use either size. Peaceful Pine ink. Okay, so ink it up. Rub on your scratch paper or glass mat first. And then we're going to add some Peaceful Pine to the bottom of the rectangle where we stamped all of the ferns. Just about maybe halfway up the ferns or a little bit less than halfway. And then same thing on this that we're going to die cut out. Just a little halfway or less up that fern. Like that. Maybe I'll go a tiny bit darker. Okay, and then we're going to die cut out. So I'm going to use my mini die cut machine. I'm going to die cut out the moth and the fern. But you can use the big machine, of course. And I mentioned this yesterday. If you don't have the big machine and you want it, it's a good option to get it right now because normally it's too expensive for the starter kit. But right now you could get it if you choose the $160 option. Big or little, I like to leave my plates aligned how they're supposed to be on the machine when I add my cardstock and then my die, blade facing down. A plate that I only cut on the bottom, and a plate that I never cut on the top. That's my little label myself. I'm trying to see if I made that slip. I think I did a little bit. Full disclosure, I was trying to look at my watch to see what text I just received. Of course, you can tape this down with sticky notes, Post-it tape, washi tape, etc. to hold it in place. I know, V, right? All credit to Stampin' Up. She says, I like the touch of green on that leaf. It's just an easy way to make it, you know, detailed and interesting, but quick and easy. So there's our leaf, and then I'll die cut out the moth. Also a tip, run your dies through long and skinny when at all possible. There's less chance of them shifting, and closer to the entrance of the machine than way down here. Again, less chance of shifting. And so that's why I have this moth going the long and skinny direction. And especially if you need to align them like this. I was going to say something. Like tape them down if you need to hold them in place as well. They cut better long and skinny was also. There's the moth. So it's Secret C ink on Golden Glow paper. Okay. Now we can, yes, put this card together. Only 2 hours, Tina. She says, my Burmese, let me see if I can read this, fur baby took me 2 hours to name him. He was an explorer, climbing on everything, including a brand new rug. I had rolled him up. Standing in a corner, he became Indiana, or Indy for short. That is cute. Okay, I've got my stamp and seal. I'm going to attach this designer paper, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, the full size of the front of the card. I'm going to attach it to the card base. Hello. Let me roll her. Hold on. Yes, my things have, sometimes it's a girl, sometimes it's a boy. Okay, so this is why I don't usually do this, because you really need to align it good if you're cutting it the exact size of the front. So let me pay good attention. And usually I end up cutting something a little bit off if it's me. Okay, so there's the front. Then the next piece, the rectangle, which we stamped the leaves on, and or the ferns, and some are stamped off. Then we added the ink. Dimensionals on that one. I use the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Hey, Gail, good morning from Michigan. How's the weather there? It's hot here. I don't know how it is in Michigan today, I mean. Oh, I was going to say Brittany. I had named her Nell at first. Nell, Nell, because she was very wild. Like, she wasn't, she acted feral. Like, she was real skittish and scared of us and wouldn't go in any other rooms and all that stuff. But then the name didn't stick. I didn't like it. So then it just took me a long time to come up with a good name. Okay, here is that white piece that we stamped on dimensionals in the middle of the card there. And then I'm also going to place the die cut fern on dimensionals. I'll avoid the bottom of this fern because it's going to be hanging off the bottom of that white part a little bit. So I'll just put 3 mini, these are mini Stampin' Dimensionals. You can use the big ones too. It doesn't matter. I like the mini ones. Okay, so this fern kind of goes here. Oh, right where I stamped. In between the first one and second one from the left. So I just turned it a little angle so you could, in person, you can see that light when I stamped there. I should have gone a little more angle, but it's literally fine. Okay, then next is this greeting. So I'm going to grab my silicone craft sheet and add a little adhesive to the bottom of the greeting. And again, this is not necessarily how I would normally design. Like, I don't think this way. Not good or bad, I just don't. But I'm attaching that strip of Secret C to the bottom of the greeting, but the greeting is more toward the right than the left, so it's like offset. And it's just like a little border there. And then I'll add Stampin' Dimensionals to that and attach it to the card. So it's like it's one piece now. Probably could use one more there. How we doing? Thank you, Lisa. Yes. Britt's name, really, her full name is, oh, I should not have put one on that right-hand side. Hold on. I mean, on the left. On the back left, I should have just put adhesive because it's going to touch that leaf. Hold on. Where's this guy? Higher. What is her? Britta. But then it got shortened to Brit or Britty real quick. I usually call her Britty. Okay, then our moth. So I put the greeting to the right, up a little bit from the bottom of the white stamped one and over toward the right. The moth, I'll put a little adhesive on the left and then the back left and a dimensional on the back right. And I'm going to put it flying sort of at an angle to the top left of Thankful. So it'll be touching the green label and hanging off the edge there. Then I need a bow. So I've got my Golden Glow bordered ribbon, another new in color as we know, but this ribbon comes in all 5 new in colors, and it's really nice. And of course, you get 2.5 yards of that in my paper and ribbon share if you decide to join that by Sunday, which is the deadline. Okay, I'm going to make another bunny ears bow, 2 bunny ears, lots of space in between, tail on one side, connected to my roll still on the other, even though you're going to get just a section of ribbon, so you'll need to just make even tails if you get this class now. But anyway, this is how I would do it if I had the whole roll. Lots of space in between, a loop in each hand. My fingers are all 4 pointing at me, finger and thumb, where I hold the loops, so that I haven't twisted and turned the ribbon. It's flat, flat, flat. Right hand over the left, right loop. Push that right loop or ear down into the rabbit hole. I'm keeping the ribbon as flat as I can the whole time so that the bow is less wonky. That is how I make a bunny ears bow. This is like a medium-sized bow on this card. And trim here, so then I'll have 0 waste on that one side, which I love. Got my mini glue dots. Peel back or fold back until you see only 1 dot. This is all empty. Press your embellishment into the dot, pull it off. And this bow is going to go down at the bottom left corner of the green label. Then, last but not least, is the embellishments. These are the Dewdrops embellishments. As you can see, I've used almost all of mine. But I'm using the clear ones on this card, 1 small and 1 large. Take your big tool right here. One small. So it's the Dewdrops have clear, Old Olive, and Secret Sea. They are shiny and just super. They're basically all clear, but the 2 are dyed, and they're half circle round, really pretty, shiny, but it's because they're clear, like a clear epoxy drop down onto paper to dry. Okay, that is card number 1 for today. Card number 1. Here's my original. Thank you, Charlotte. So if anyone went to On Stage with Stampin' Up this year, you might recognize this card because it was part of the paid class. The other one is not from that design, the one I'm about to make, but this one is. And Gail says it's currently 55 degrees today, getting up to 64. Good morning, Shirley. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to try to go back real quick, see if I missed any comments. If I did, it's not you, it's me. Tommy, good morning. Thank you. She says, I love your enthusiasm and love your techniques. Thank you very much, Tommy. Linda in Mansfield. I can't remember if I said hi, so hello, Linda. It's weird. Like, I think this is a new feature. I'm just going to do it on Sandy's real quick. If I click on y'all's comment to show it on the screen, when I click to take it off, it like grays out your comment, which just makes it look weird to me. It didn't used to do that. And I'm sure that's a feature, so I'll know I showed it already. Anyway, it's weird. It's weird. Okay. Thank you, Sherry. All right, so that's card number 1. Free class with an order. Okay, card number 2. Card number 2. This one is a golden glow base. This color is really pretty. I don't know how it's coming across on the video if y'all don't have it, like if you don't own it yet, but it's really pretty, I guess, dark yellow. What do y'all call it? It's prettier than mustard for sure. I'm looking for the bone folder. 5.5 by 8.5 base. I'm going to fold it in half. Definitely prettier than mustard. And it goes great, of course, with Winnie the Pooh. Like this and that green are perfect Winnie the Pooh colors. Okay, so there's our card base. This card actually will be portrait up and down. Then your next layer is Berry Burst, 4 1/8. I'm trying to do 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Berry Burst. Then we have a layer of the designer paper. So this is one of the fern designs. The back is just green with outline green leaves, but this is a dark green background with different colors of green ferns on it, but it's got the pop of all the flowers that are on this page are golden glow, so pop of orange. So that is 4 by 5 1/4, and that will be your next layer on this card base. Really pretty, in my opinion. Okay, then we've got another scrap of basic white. I think this is the exact same size as the other card, 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Basic white, which we're just going to stamp on and not die cut from. Again, we have a scrap of white to stamp the fern on. We've got a scrap of soft seafoam and a scrap of berry burst. One's for the label, one's for the butterfly. And then pre-die cut for you are 2 of the standalone golden glow ferns, 2 different ones. All right, so let's do the stamping and die cutting. Okay, I'm going to grab my Secret Sea ink first. Oh, okay, co-host. She's trying to get up in there. And I'm using the background that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines that go across that are made out of lines that go up and down. So each line is made out of uneven lines like someone drew them. So it's just a nice abstract sort of background. I'm going to stamp this on so I have my white paper portrait up and down, and I'm stamping these lines going left and right over toward the top right, hanging off the right edge, and then over toward the bottom left, hanging off the left edge. When I say bottom, it's still a good inch or more from the top and bottom. And the middle part will get covered up. So it just makes a nice background there. I'm just stamping them once in full strength ink. Okay. Then in that same color, I'm going to stamp the butterfly this time, which is a little smaller than the moth. The moth is maybe an inch wide. The butterfly is probably 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'm stamping it in, I assume it's a butterfly. It might also be a moth actually, but it's more of a butterfly shape. What do you call it? Secret Sea ink on berry burst cardstock. And then on my label, or on my soft seafoam, I'm stamping the label, the outline in Secret Sea ink. And then the greeting, "You're an amazing friend." Again, I think almost all of them, if not all, fit into this label. "You're an amazing friend" in Secret Sea ink. And then I also want the large fern again in golden glow on my scrap here. But this time I'm not going to add color to it. It's going to be that large fern in golden glow. Okay, now we will die cut these 3 things out. As you come on, by the way, I know Desiree, she said, "I'm really liking these new in colors." I agree. I do think it helps when Stampin' Up uses them in designer papers, because it gives us the inspiration, or at least me, because again, I'm still not crafty. I just learned how to copy so much. Like for years and years, all I did was copy. Then it sort of sinks in after a while. But anyway, so they give us that inspiration. I don't want this too close to the top there. They give us that inspiration with the designer paper of how to combine the colors together. At least this is how it works for me. And then I can use them a little easier. But yeah, there's not really a new in color this year that I'm like, meh. Like I really like them all for their own purposes. So I agree. Okay, there's that fern. And then, I'll do the butterfly and label. My co-host is just sitting on that table that I posted a picture of this morning, which is right on the other side of this table. They're touching basically. Sitting there weirdly. Let me get these readers on so I can see what I'm doing. Uh-oh. I might have lost those readers. These different ones. I think that's lined up good on that butterfly, but I'm because of the weird angle, because the camera's blocking where I need to put my head. I'm not 100%. By the way, just a side note tip. I'm a little bit off, but it'll be okay. This grid paper that is the same size. My glass mat studio is under this grid paper. I do have it taped down to the glass mat. Otherwise, it slides all over the place when I do stuff like this. It's just temporarily taped down while I'm working over here. But anyway. Okay. Now we can put this one together. So, by the way, show of hands, who likes this Fern and Flora or the Moonlit Flora suite? Because I do know some people personally who don't really like it. I think it's super pretty, but I'm curious if y'all like it. Lisa Tegan says, Barely Blush is on the bottom of my list. I love the cardstock, but the ink, not so much. I've heard a lot of people think that ink is too light. I'm going to put this. Okay, so I put the, sorry, I forgot to say what I'm doing. Put the designer paper on the this is Berry Burst. And now I'm putting that Berry Burst on my card base because of the measurements I told you earlier on this. It's a real skinny border. So just be aware of that when you're gluing it down. Very skinny border. So what seems to be for me that I see with the Barely Blush ink, this is the Barely Blush ink. To me, it looks good, like it shows up good on solid images, but if they're real skinny, it doesn't show up as well to me. Like here it is also in the background of this, like that is not pink paper, that's the ink in the background there. But I have used it for words and it was a lot, like I could hardly see the words because it was real light. So maybe that helps. I don't know. Okay, next layer. Hold on. Not flat with dimensionals is the white rectangle. So this one will go on the card. Again, portrait. However, I'm going to angle it, which I don't do very often either. But I'm going to angle it to the left, down to the left, up to the right. So off, whatever. Crooked on the front on dimensionals. My ferns are all going to be flat, including the one I stamped. So I've got the two pre-die cut ones and the one I stamped. I've got my silicone craft sheet here to keep excess adhesive off of my table or scratch paper. And I always, there are exceptions to every rule, but in general, I don't think skinny images like this need adhesive on every single inch unless I used an adhesive sheet, which makes it like a sticker. But other than that, I don't think it's necessary to cover the whole thing with adhesive. So I don't in general. But I want to lay this, formation out on my card. I'm going to put this, there's a taller standalone fern. I'm going to put that to the top or toward the left, and it's going to go over the white a little bit. Then the stamped one over that, kind of in the center sort of, and then the other shorter standalone one to the right a little bit. So just a little spray or whatever. Then my greeting, I'll add mini dimensionals. I asked questions, Lisa, and then I forget what I asked. Not a fan. Oh, you do like it. So Robin's not a fan. Yeah, you're one of the ones I'm talking about. I love the other sweets much, much more. Lisa, absolutely. Candy, I think, likes it. Desiree likes it. Ooh, Robin, you're in the minority on this one. Even though we're both on Team Pink, so I still like you. Love card number 1. Thank you, Linda. I missed it. Lisa, thank you. Desiree, thank you. Sherry, thank you. Gail, thank you. I missed all y'all's comments. I think I saw Charlotte. Thank you. Sherry, thank you. Lisa likes it. I like it because I love pink, but that, hold on, I can't read your comment. But that hydrangea hue, I love that color. Yes, Susan. Hydrangea hue is, I agree. I like that color a lot. I call it purple. I know it's supposed to be blue, but to me, I see purple when I see it. Okay, greeting down here. Oops, I forgot to make it straight with the bottom. Anyway, greeting down here on the bottom right, still on the white part, kind of at the bottom of the ferns, so it covers up where they all meet. And I did try to make it straight with the bottom of the card, which is throwing my eyes off because the white is crooked, but good enough, right? I'll just curl my little butterfly up a little bit, add a mini Stampin' Dimensional, perfect size, love it. And I'll put this butterfly up here on the top, top left-ish. And I'm going to make another bow. Same ribbon, Golden Glow. Bunny ears. Showed you how to do it on the last card, so. And this is kind of medium as well. Possibly, it's just going to be whatever size it turns out here, but I was going to say medium to maybe a tiny bit bigger than the last one. Hold on, I just made that tail too short. Medium to a little bit bigger than medium size. How we doing? I like the colors of the DSP, but not a fan of, why is it everything? I'm going to put this on the screen so I can see it. Oh, not a fan of, so you like the colors, but not the design, probably. I think it was Stampin' Words. Yep, Lisa, I agree. Because that was the first thing I tried with that color, and I was like, ooh, I can't see it. Okay, y'all. I'm going to quit reading comments because I can't make this bow. I wrinkled up the ribbon real bad. Whatever. Just pretend you don't see that. It's good enough. You get the idea. I'll show you the other card. Okay. My glue dot. I'm hungry today. It's early and I'm very hungry. This bow is kind of terrible, but I'm going to put it on at an angle at the bottom left corner of the greeting. Use a little iron. I need to buy a little craft iron. And then for my dots, I'm using these Old Olive dewdrops. Use a large and small down here in the bottom bottom right corner on that white paper, large and small. That is card number 2. Card number 2. The original has a better bow for sure. Right, there it is. Let's just look at this one. Pretend you didn't see that other one. By the way, side note, as you come on, or if you're just sitting here watching and you're, bored, you can click like, thumbs up, etc. And that does help me out. Thank you very much. Okay, now we got another bundle, the last bundle of this set of 8 card class packet that you can get. Let me put these dies away real quick so I don't lose them. Okay. Trimmed my fingernails yesterday, so of course I can't pick anything up. All right. So this one is the Opulent Oasis bundle. This was one, when I looked through the catalog, this was one of the first stamp sets that I was like, oh, yes, yes, yes. Not that I didn't like other stuff. And of course, I liked a million things in this book. But specifically, I liked that the flowers were big, didn't need coloring, had the distinctive thing, all the stuff. Then I found out that it was this, impressions die. But really the reason was I love the stamped image. So this is a bundle. I've shown it on a previous video, like I said, where I went over all of the, actually I don't need to do that, all of the, details about the description of stamps and stuff. But of course the images are larger than shown on the front of the package here on the stamps. So that flower is really big, like a good almost 3 inches tall, maybe 2 3/4. Then there's the side view flower, 2 different stems with leaves. These are all, nothing needs to be colored. You really can't color it. A couple of different splatter images, which I still haven't figured out if they are supposed to go on these flowers. I feel like not, but they have a weird shape to them. I am going to use one today. So I don't know if maybe they're supposed to go in between the leaves or something. I don't know. Anyway, but I'll just use them as splatter for now. One's a little smaller, one's bigger. And then 4 greetings: sending happy thoughts, special thanks, best wishes, and hello friend. So it's a great stamp set. And then the dies are awesome. You can die cut out the stamped images, of course, both leaves, both flowers, which I think I'm doing all of them today, the leaves and flowers. And then there's all these standalone dies. So there's 3 different sprig, like a sprig with leaves coming off, small, medium, largish. And then there's 2 actual like sticks, basically is what I call it. It's like stems, but no leaves attached. 2 of those different shapes. My co-host is here. Say hello. Hi. My co-host slash, what did I call her earlier? Sidekick. My sidekick. Please, why do you, oh my gosh. She just did a little round. Okay, this die right here is an impressions die. I did show how to do this on a previous video. I've already pre-done it for this card, but you need this impressions plate to do it. Excuse that mine looks like this. It's covered in excess paper. I started to say hair. Paper lint from the die cut machine, which is going to happen the first time you use it. So I just leave it. And the die, and I'll explain how to do it when I show my card, but I've already demonstrated it on another video. But this impressions die or plate, it's like $11, totally worth it. And you can, there's another impressions dies that we carry. Plus you can use it with other dies too, honestly. So, all right, so let's get started with these cards. Card number 3. Card number 3. Speaking of, who was it that said about hydrangea hue? Susan. The next 2 cards are hydrangea hue focused. So we have a basic white card base. Basic white, 5.5 by 8.5. Fold it in half. This card, and nope, just this card is portrait, up and down. Then in your packet, you will have a piece of our new painted patterns in color designer series paper. So this is 12 by 12. You get basically dots and stripes in this configuration in the 5 new in colors. 2 sheets of dots, 2 sheets of stripes for all 5 new in colors. And I'm using the side that has it's light hydrangea hue as the background, and then darker hydrangea hue, evenly spaced, about 1/8 inch dots that are painted versus printed perfect. But they're evenly spaced. It's an even pattern of dots that are just maybe a 1/8 of an inch apart from each other as well. Okay, so purple polka dots, or blue if you call it blue, or periwinkle, or whatever you call it. Okay, so that's my next layer, 4 inches by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4 DSP. I've got a scrap of white here. I've got 2 pre-die cut banners from the Party Banners dies. They are, one is 2 7/8 inch wide. That's the basic white one. And the next layer is 3 1/4 inch wide, and it is Peaceful Pine. Okay, so those layer on top of each other, Party Banners dies. And then this label right here is from, I'm gonna have to read my notes. It's a white label. It is from the Forever Florals dies. It's a very nice, just rectangular label, but it's got embossed lines around the edges, and it's got some shape to it. It's not just a squared off rectangle. Okay, so those are our pieces. Stamping. We're going to stamp on the white banner, the scrap, and of course the label. This is actually where I'm going to stamp on this scrap here. Put that there so you can see it. I'm going to use Peaceful Pine and Hydrangea Hue. Hydrangea Hue, magnetic. 5 of them, free with the starter kit right now, $63 value. And on these 2 cards, I'm going to use both on this card. The in color dots, which you can get free with a order from me right now, and the dewdrops on this card. Is it this card? Yes. Okay. All right, let's stamp. Got this big old flower. Hydrangea Hue ink. Again, on these new pads, you can twist and then tap, especially for a really large sort of solid stamp like this. I'm air quoting that since it has the distinctive thing, but anyway, twist and tap. Beautiful. Get the light and dark. Then, the dot, the splatter. So I took the larger of the splatter. This, by larger, I mean it's a little over 1 inch long and a little over 1/2 inch tall, just irregular shaped splatter. I'm going to ink it up in Hydrangea Hue. I'm going to tap it off once on scratch paper, and then I'm going to stamp it a few times in the top left corner of the banner. And I'm going to repeat that on the bottom right of the banner. And if I want to add any more, I will ink it up and stamp it off a couple of times. Fill in any blank spots. So it's just a nice filler area for a white, some white spots on the card. Okay. Then this card is going to say Best Wishes, which fits really nice into this label, this particular label. And that will be in Peaceful Pine. And I can press harder on these new style pads. Best Wishes. I love that font. It's got best in a real pretty capital B and then just real pretty cursive that I could never write myself. And then Wishes is all caps, like a fancy all caps serif type font. Okay, then there's 2 different leaf stem and several leaves images in this set, and I'm using both, one of each, the slightly taller one and the slightly shorter one on this card. So I need to stamp one of each in Peaceful Pine. And now I can die cut out. I always cut my stuff apart before I die cut. My mini machine here because it fits on the camera better. You just have to turn this flower die until it matches up, unless you have a good eye for that. flower. I don't know what kind of flower this is, but it's sort of, what's that word? Oh, I just lost it. Hibiscus-y, maybe? It's 5 petals, I think. 1, 2, yeah, 5 petals. It's like painted, like if somebody painted it, watercolor kind of. And there's actually no ink in the middle where the holes go, where there's like dots. That's what flower it is, whatever that is. And I cut out each of these leaves. I'm just going to do them individually because I'm scared all. You could do 2 at a time. It would fit on this small machine, but I'm afraid I will not. Like that it'll slip. I'm sorry, that it will slip. Hey, Sherry, good morning. Thank you for sharing. Hey, MJ, watching from a retreat near Buffalo, New York. Awesome. So this leaf die, when you cut it out, nothing gets stuck in the die. That's my favorite kind. This other one, there are a couple of spots on the die you may need to clean out. Or maybe it's just one. No, it's 2 spots. Anyway, we'll see. So make sure you clean those out before you put your dies away or die cut again. Okay. So MJ, tell everyone at the retreat that everybody on my video says hi to you, and we're jealous. Thank you, Desiree. Eleanor, I got this bundle yesterday and have unwrapped it. Can't wait to see this video. Good. Okay, good. Good. And I think you saw my other video in the VIP, right, Eleanor? Because that's going to be the really helpful as well. Okay, so here's the die cut thing. And then the one little one fell out, but this one did not. Make sure you clean those out before you... Oh, this one didn't either. There was a piece in here. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't remember what I said. I'm just poking that out with my take or pick tool. Okay, so now, all right, let's put this card together. So I'm just checking myself, looking at my sample, make sure I did everything. Okay, so we are going to use, by the way, on this card, hydrangea hue ribbon. Let's see. Thank you, Lisa. Hey, Tammy, just hopping on. Good morning. Good morning to you. Oh, hold on. What did that say? Alarm just went off and I tried to read it. It said to borrow something from you, Robin. I think it's set for the wrong day. What did it say? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to attach the banner to the banner. I'm going to attach the designer paper to the card base. It's a white card base. I'm pretty sure I said that, but I don't remember saying the word, so just in case. Basic white. Then the designer paper. Then, of course, my banner is going to go on dimensionals, of course. I love these banner dies. I don't know, either the banners or the letters were temporarily unavailable recently. I don't know if they're back in stock, but if not, they will be. And anything that's out of stock, don't forget y'all can turn on notifications to be notified about that when it comes back. Okay, banner is just going to go right in the center of the card. Well, you can turn on notifications, but what I mean by turn on is you can click a button when you're registering. Okay, I'm going to attach I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the flower and attach the leaves to the flower. So I'm just kind of looking at the front of my card here to make sure I don't put them too low or too long, like where they stick out too far. So top right will be the bigger one and bottom left for the smaller one. And now I can add dimensionals to the back. It's like it's one piece. You could also just put the leaves flat. And then put the flower popped up. Either one would really look fine, in my opinion. I had to look at my sample close up to see which one I did actually. So the flower's kind of in the middle of the banner. You got the splatter on the top left, bottom right, and then the leaves on the opposite corners, so it all fills in. The greeting, I'm going to place a little adhesive on the top, back, left, top, back, left, and then dimensionals around that, and it will kind of, it will be, I'm not sure where to put these. We'll figure it out. It will be partially on the flower. Ooh, maybe and partially hanging off the bottom right of the flower. So I want it on the right hand side. I want it almost to the edge of the designer paper. And then I do want part of the bottom of right of the banner to show. Basically, those are the two things I'm going to look at, and then I'll stick it on there. So it's covering a good amount of the flower there on the bottom. I'm going to add a bow. Hydrangea hue, bordered ribbon. Available now, 2.5 yards included in the paper and ribbon share. Make a bow. Thanks, Tina. Hydrangea hue. Here, let's read what Robin said. It's the letters that are out. Thank you, Tina. I couldn't remember which one, because technically you can bundle and get the letters and the banners together. So thank you, Tina, for checking that. Funny about your alarm. I know, Robin, I'm afraid I'm going to forget to see what it said. Remind me. Okay, hydrangea hue is pretty blue to me and my favorite new in color. I love how it goes so well with every other color. All right. And Tina, thank you. Okay, so I made a bow. Look, I read Robin's comment and made a decent bow. This is, I would say, a medium to large bow for this card. And this bow will go bottom left of the greeting on the white label at an angle. And then the dots I had seen on Pinterest, probably on Facebook too, I don't know, that a lot of people had put, you know, some kind of embellishment dots in the center of this flower. So it has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white dots, or they're white here because I stamped on white paper where there's no ink. So I'm not trying to cover up those exactly. I'm just like sort of throwing some dots on here semi-randomly, and I'm just going to do 3. These are the Secret C dewdrop embellishment. So I'm sort of offsetting them from the dots that are printed there. And I did 1 large and 2 small Secret C dewdrops. And then I'm also going to add a couple of the in color dots here, the Peaceful Pine ones, a large and a small up here in the top left corner of the banner. And that is my finished card, card number 3, also part of this free class. 2 different kinds of bows. I liked this one, but now I like this one better. I don't do anything to make my bows turn out different besides not be a very good bow maker. Okay, last card, card number 4. Card number 4. This is the one where we did, and thank you to Karen who cut these for y'all, pre-do the whole impressions technique for you. See how gorgeous it is? So I'm going to tell you how to do it. Just to save time on this video. And I did show it on a previous video, but on that previous video that was here for public consumption, I left off a step. So let me grab this thing and I'll grab these. I'm just going to say it. Okay, we'll pretend we're going to do it on this paper right here. So what you do is, number 1, you die cut like normal. You have your paper, You have plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3. I like to have one that I only cut on. Then your paper, then your die, and your plate number 4. I lied. But first you want to spritz this with water. This is the step I left off on the other one. It will look a lot better if you spritz it with water first. Water, not alcohol. I don't know if alcohol works, but I know water works. 4 to 5 times with a fine mist like this. This is a Stampin' Up spritzer. We sell them in a 2-pack. Or if you have a spritzer, it's fine. Okay, spritz it with water. Die cut it like normal. After you do that, this outside part will fall off and you throw that away or whatever. And then you keep the image inside the die, which will be die cut out. And you turn it upside down. If it falls out, you just put it back in. You turn it upside down, image, or it'll be this. Here we go. This will be in here. You keep it upside, or you turn it upside down, you put it back in, right? You remove these 2 plates, number 3. Bye-bye to number 3. You do not place the blade down because you don't want to cut on number 2 here. You leave number 1 and 2 here. You flip this upside down, put it up here kind of close to where you can run your machine this way or this way, right-handed, left-handed, sideways, whatever. But wherever it's going to go into the machine first, put it semi-close and long direction. Then the black one, the impressions plate. I like to put it up a little above this plate, so about maybe an inch or less hanging off the top. Do not let your paper move. So you need to hold it with one hand while you place this. I do all this on my machine, though. I don't pick it up because stuff's going to move on my machine. Place that. Then what goes on top, even with the bottom ones, is number 4, which comes with your die cut machine, number 4. As you run it through the machine, this will actually move back, and the water makes it a much deeper embossing, and this is what comes out. And it kind of turns it darker too. It's funny. And that's how you do it. Now, a couple of tips. The reason you want this close to the top and long ways is because as this wiggles through the machine, it might move your paper because it's sticky. Anyway, it's not sticky, but it's whatever. So the paper might be like, let me move with this black thing, and it might get off. But none of mine have been off. Karen did great. Just do all the steps correctly. Scott was doing something else for me, and he had a little shifting, and I think he just had to get used to the technique. But so up here, not all the way, but almost all the way, long and skinny, which is the opposite of how I normally tell y'all to die cut. And I like to hang it off. I don't know if that matters, but I like to do it so that by the time it gets here, it's good. Okay, any questions? Hey, Xana, I was talking about you earlier. This was your favorite card. Thank you, Robin. Probably because of that. I think I said everything on this. If you're in that VIP group, I do a couple of different demos of how to use these as well. And I showed it on a previous video. Okay. Now that I took all that time, let's make this card. So we have our hydrangea hue card base, which is, of course, 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to fold it in half. This card will be landscape. Then your next layer is, I'm getting my card sample over here so I can see. Your next layer is basic white, pre-embossed with this, I think it's Peaceful. What is this called? Oh, I got it right here. Keep forgetting I have my instructions with all my product names on it. Paradise Garden hybrid embossing folder. Paradise Garden is basically leaves. It's gorgeous. So white paper, 4 by 5 1/4. Paradise Garden embossing folder, bunch of leaves. That's your next layer. This is a landscape card. We got a scrap of basic white and a pre-die cut white stylish shapes, pierced edges circle. Where's my ruler? 1 5/8 circle. Okay, and of course we pre-cut this flower for you. Okay, so on this scrap, I'm going to stamp the the flower that is like a side view of the same flower that I stamped before. Just like you're looking at it from the side and the petals are kind of going, I almost was trying to open up like our current pads. I was like, where do I push? And now I have 3 different types of ink pad openings here at the house. Okay, so hydrangea hue, side view flower, and then the large leaf image in peaceful pine. The larger of the 2, taller, whatever. I'm going to die cut those out. And my greeting. This card is going to say, sending happy thoughts in hydrangea hue. And again, it's super cute. Sending and thoughts are the real pretty fancy cursive. Happy, sending and thoughts are above and below the word happy. And happy is the all caps 0. Okay, let me get these out. Don't forget about her. Trying to stay a little organized because hydrangea hue and the other reason soon to be revealed. That's true. That's what I figured, Robin. Actually, she's saying why she liked this card, the color, and soon to be revealed reason. Oops. All right, so I cut out these leaves. Cindy says hydrangea hue is her favorite new in color. Thank you, Eleanor. Love the way this looks. Thanks, MJ. Scroll up here just in case. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, Jackie. Love this color. Purple is my favorite. See, Desiree, you agree with me. It looks like purple, right? I mean, to our eyes, it does. Hello, Xana. Yes, we were talking about you. Okay, I think I caught up there. I'm going to clean this out. All 3 of them stuck in there. So, word of warning on that. Okay, now I'll do the flower. Again, if I was using my big machine, which is just makes me have to adjust the camera and stuff, I would do these both at the same time. Personally, I use my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine when I'm working, like designing and at retreats and everything. I hardly ever use the little one personally. Just no bad reason. It just is what it is. Okay, there's that flower. Okay, now what I had them do on this card is take the Wink of Stella, Robin's favorite product. Hello. Ooh, just hit the mic. And color the petals of the flower, which does turn really dark when you first put the Wink of Stella on, but it dries clear. So you don't have to worry about like it being dark purple, so to say, everywhere with this Wink of Stella. The shimmer pins are a whole different deal. They are different than what I thought. That's another story. Y'all aren't allowed to, but I'm going to squeeze this a tiny bit. I'm not allowed to squeeze mine. That's an inside joke to anyone who attends my in-person events. Anyway, see, it's already drying, but and you probably can't see it on the video. Maybe you can, but the shimmer is there, but it evaporates. The alcohol stuff in here evaporates. The shimmer brushes, has anyone played with them yet? They are more, this is what I think, they're more like a paint brush. So you can't just swipe them on like you do Wink of Stella necessarily and get the effect you're going for. You actually need to be very precise about where you're placing them and almost use them more like for coloring, like painting. I am using them. It's an option that they can use it on the 1-day retreat. That's the first time I've used it on a class project. So again, this looks very uneven, but it will dry and the glitter will be everywhere. So there you go. Anyway, so Wink of Stella, you can pretty much put on top of anything, designer paper, stamped images, etc. Just be careful because it is wet and it might make your ink bleed. But shimmer brushes are more like a paintbrush full of glitter and these new in colors. So they're just different. I'm still dating those, as Genevieve would say. Figuring out the proper way to use them. Okay, I'm going to attach, right, Lisa? I put it with purple in my lineup. Oh, Lisa, yes, girl. See? Okay, I'm attaching the embossed white piece to the hydrangea hue base. Now I'm going to add this beautiful flower with Stampin' Dimensionals, the embossed one, the impressions one. I also only added Wink of Stella to that center, the large flower, even though surrounding this embossed die cut image with the impressions plate is leaves and small flowers. But I just wanted that flower to be the special one, not these little flowers. Okay, so I'm putting this right in the center. It's very large, so right in the middle there. Then I'm going to attach the leaves behind the right side of this partial flower. So the leaves curve up, they curl around, so it's just kind of continuing that shape there. And they go behind it flat. And basically how I'm going to assemble this is the greeting is going to go in the bottom right. It's a circle, bottom right corner of the card, and the flowers are under it, or the flower and leaves are under it. So let me add, I'm just kind of laying it out here, and I'll add a little adhesive to the back of the greeting so I can get this all as one piece and figure out where it's going to be placed on here and adjust anything I want to adjust before I secure it down. And then I'll add some adhesive to the parts that are going to touch the hydrangea hue embossed flower, and dimensionals to the parts that are not going to touch it. There's that. And then I need a hydrangea hue bow. This is a small bow. So you can start out with less, smaller loops and all, but make it as big as you need to be able to form the bow, and then you just pull on the tails and make your bow smaller. Hydrangea hue bow. Grab my glue dots right here. And this bow will go to the bottom right-hand corner on the greeting. It does kind of hang off the edge, but I just like fold it around when I put it in the envelope. If that bothers you, you can adjust. And then we need some dots to fill in these spaces. So again, I'm going to use both. I'll take these clear dots this time from the dewdrops and do them in the center of the big flower that's embossed, just like I did on the stamped one. It's the same kind of flower, hibiscus-y type flower. And then hydrangea hue dots over here, one large, one small, in the top left corner on that white embossed piece. That is card number 4. Card number 4. Thank you, Elner. Thank you so much. Thank you, Desiree. Thought I felt a sticky note on the back. Those shimmer pins, have played with them and having issues with the glitter not showing. Need to shake, shake, shake your brushes. I love it. She said shake, shake, shake. Mine are glittery. But I do find you do need to shake. We're talking about the glitter pins or whatever they're called. You do need to shake them a lot. I agree, especially to get the ink to flow well. It's not trouble. I'm just saying, give them a good shake. And I'm gonna remove my thing here. And actually, I'll just take this whole thing away, so I have a pretty background for my cards. What else was I gonna say about the shimmer pins? I don't know. But yeah, I agree. You do need to shake them a lot. Okay, so let's look at all the cards from today, first of all. We got these 4 that we made today. Excuse me. Okay. Which one do you like best? We've got Fern Flora and Opulent Oasis, which I keep wanting to call Orchid Oasis, which is not the same thing. Fern Flora, Opulent Oasis. And these are part of the 8-card class, which is free with an order right now. We will die cut. We will not die cut the feature bundles, though. So you do need to own the featured bundles. Oh, no, we did die cut it. I'm getting so confused. In my words, this is the packet, y'all. Let me show you what we did. We will be adding the designer paper in there. So this is how your kit comes, but we'll add any needed designer papers. This piece is this card here. This one is this card. This is the banner card. See, your banners and label are cut. This is this chair card. See, the chair's cut, and the labels and the little, you saw that on yesterday's video. Things are cut for this one. Again, we'll be adding the designer paper for you. There's that one. Here's this one. So that's what your packet looks like. Anyway, that's a 8-card class packet free with a $75 order through Opulence. Did I say it wrong? Orchid Opulence. What did I say? Oasis. Stella, thank you. Oh, Opulent Oasis. I don't know what I said and what's correct, but here it is. I do keep mixing up the name of it in my head, so who knows what I said or should have said. 2 and 3 are your favorite, Lisa. Thank you very much. 2 and 3 right here. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate it. Desiree says number 4. I think that's my favorite so far, Stella. Oh, Lisa has trouble with hydrangea pen, but the others are working fine. You have to be careful when shaking them. Oh, yeah, put the lid on, girl. I learned that the hard way, too. Oh, I love that. I love Beetlejuice music, Tina. Yes. All right. Thank you, V. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Elner. Super cool center of the flower, right? Just very simple, though. Thanks, Rose or Roe. Lakeside Retreat plus Opulent Oasis. Those were your favorites, Robin. Awesome. Well, thank you, guys, everybody, very much. I hope to see you next Thursday for the Stamping Morning Show at 9 a.m. Central. And any questions on anything I talked about today, let me know. If you came in late, I know some of y'all came in late, which, of course, no problem. I did tell, toward the beginning, I told how I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I told my little story. So if you're interested in hearing that, you can watch replay, and I will add those timestamps manually today in Facebook. where you could skip straight to it, but that is a time consuming process. So that'll be later today, probably around by 1 or so, those timestamps will be there, but you could just skip also. Anyway, any other questions, let me know. Again, if you didn't see it, you can see me make these cards on yesterday's video. It does already have those timestamps. I hope you all have a great week. I'm very excited for my one-day retreat this weekend. I'm going to type tutorials today and then get an email together for my in-person participants so they know what to expect and just all the stuff. So I'm cleaning up trash as I'm talking. So everyone have a great day. I'll see y'all later. I'm able to watch for 15 minutes. We'll replay Susan. Awesome. In Florida. Thank you very much. Yes, Robin. See you Saturday. Bright and early, too. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.